Hey guys, good morning. So, guess what? More van stuff today. I know you guys are probably going to get tired of it, but seeing this build is like, I don't know, it's pretty neat. I think anyway. Oh man, it's going to be difficult trying to get this off of here without breaking the windshield. So you know something? I've got a larger blade because this is not going to work. Not like I was thinking it was. And I'll tell you something, if you try pulling on this, you probably will crack the windshield. And I don't know for sure, but this windshield is probably pretty expensive, and I don't want to replace it if I don't have to. Oh, speaking of replacing things. The company for the slides, the bearings, the slide bearings, the bearing slides for that door is an awesome company. Their warranty, they offer a lifetime warranty on their parts, but it's not transferable from owner to owner. So if you think about it, the installer, the manufacturer of this would have been, in my opinion, the first owner. The second owner, Amazon. Third owner was the other delivery company that was in Bonnie Lake that owned this before me. And then I am like the fourth owner kind of that part. They are still going to warranty them. They're sending them out today, and they're sending out a pair to replace not just the broken one, but both of those. So how amazing is that? That is so cool. So I'm going to replace, when I get them, I'm going to replace the bottom one and get everything aligned, and then I will replace the top one. That way things stay pretty aligned and I'm not taking like both of them off at the same time and having to contend with the door and etc, etc. So much awesomeness is going on with that. Aha, so I foresee this going much better now, maybe. Wow. What a pain. I also don't want to scratch the glass either, because that would suck. I didn't record that. I thought I was recording that. Oh no. So I bent this bracket as I started to take it off of here, and it almost re-adhered itself. So I got the bracket off of there. So I'm going to use the small razor blade and get this stuff off. I'm also going to take this stuff off, and this right here, the mirror, I'm going to find a mirror to put on there because the camera needs a mirror to attach to. And it's just normal, it's natural, I said the N-word. It's natural to look up there, to look behind you, because we're so used to looking in a rear view mirror. So if I'm able to look in a mirror and have the image of what's going on behind us, that's just amazing. More visibility is better, no matter what you do. And I'll probably take this off too, because that's another sticker I don't want. And then I'll probably clean. Oh, this is on the outside. Oh, this is where they had their, oh no, it's not. They had their like new sticker over here. Oh, there's stuff up here too. I just got to clean this whole windshield because the whole windshield is dirty. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
So we are headed out to get some parts and yeah, continue to prove out the vehicle and get a little bit of trust going on. I do notice that I've also developed a belt squeak. It's not horrible right now, but it's very annoying, especially when the radio, the air conditioner, and the windows are off and down. You can really hear it. So that's something I'm going to have to look into. Maybe I'm going to have to do an alternator belt, the serpentine belt, the tensioner, and the alternator all at the same time. Pallets!
There's a cord.
Yeah, stick your tongue on it. Okay, so I got done with the one and only appointment today. Whew, it is a warm one. It is, wow, it's only 28. It's 28 degrees outside. Times 2, 56, 5, 6, 7, 8, 86 Fahrenheit. Or right around there. But it's humid. It's like really humid. It just got through raining a couple days ago, and that rain just simply did not go away. It's like still muggy in the atmosphere. Look right, look left, look right, and goat. Goat. Okay, so here's my plans. Phoenix goes to visit his mom overnight tonight. So I'm hoping that maybe, at least Angie and I, but I'm hoping that we can all sit down and do a huge COC for at least the last several days, because I know there are questions that you guys have asked. I feel bad that we haven't gotten to it, but it's like my life right now. I said it yesterday. I'm preaching to the. I'm just putting this out there again in case you didn't catch yesterday's video. There's so much going on right now, like so much. Some people I don't know what I'm saying. Can I have a show of hands in the comments of how many people have been bored with nothing to do sometime during the last 3 days? Don't lie. Either way, don't lie. Don't say, oh yeah, I've been so bored, but you've had, okay, this isn't like when you were in school and you had homework and you go up to your mom or dad and say, ah, I'm so bored. Have you done your homework yet? No. Well, do your homework. Well, I'm not that bored. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you have legitimate things to do, or you have nothing to do and you're bored. I don't know why I feel so strongly about this. It's just like, I don't know. Anyway, I'd like to know. Post it down in the comments. It'll give us something to talk about. This really concerns me.
The wrong shoes.
All right. It is time. You want to say goodbye?
Bye.
All right. So we will catch you guys here in a bit. All right. So we just got through dropping Phoenix off. And we're headed to Lowe's to get some parts for the van. Okay, so
Beets, they're so big.
I was just gonna say that they looked like beets. So I just got back I've been relaxing out in the gazebo. Just got back from Lowe's, and I also went to Ace Hardware to try and find those bolts. But man, last night Angie had some radishes from the garden that she fixed, and they were so big and so spicy.
They're so spicy.
Those look like damn potatoes. Those are radish.
Those are radishes. They're a little big.
The radish are the size of my hand. Wow. Coffee in the summertime.
Are you recording already?
I am recording already. Am I recording already? Oh, the Buffy blanket. Do you want some of the Buffy blanket?
Yeah, you can cover up my peacock pants.
Your peacock pants. Everybody wants to see your peacock
My
pants.
peacock pants.
Okay, so we have not done this. Oh, this is all hairy because it's all Buffy-ized. Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come here.
All right. I love you. You got the look on your face is like.
Hi, dog.
All right, we have not done COC in a very, very long time, and I know this. And of course, I'm not prepared either. So you guys are just. This is just how things roll, and it is. Hi, Buffy. High five. My paw doesn't bend that way. There you go. Good girl. Burp.
Ooh. Smell like hot dogs.
Considering I had hot dogs for dinner, that's not a bad thing.
It's not all you had for dinner.
No, she made an awesome salad. What did the salad contain?
Lettuce,
From our garden.
radishes,
From our garden.
cucumbers,
From our garden.
beans,
From our garden.
2 different kinds of cheese,
Not from our garden.
leftover pork chop cut up into really fine shaved pieces.
Definitely not from our garden.
Lentils.
Not from our garden.
Carrots. Not from our garden.
Not from our garden.
Not yet. It'd take a long time. What else was in there? Celery.
It was a wonderful salad. Okay, so COC from last night. I may not touch on everybody because I want to try and get a bunch of you guys included. Death Trail's Haunted Yard. Enjoying the work on the work van, you can get that step. That's great. Man, first comment, I can't even make it through it. I'm out of practice. You can get that step that slides into the hitch, into the receiver. Brilliant! absolutely brilliant. I know that they have a bunch of, I mean, they've got bike carriers, they've got extended, like, little equipment carriers, spare tire carriers I've seen that all go into that 2-inch receiver. But I didn't even think about the step, and that, you know, it's not going to be high on my priority list because there's other things right now.
Good idea.
I pulled the trigger on the wrap today. Oh my gosh.
You need to stop looking so grumpy about your new van.
I'm very happy. I'm very stressed.
You say you're happy, but every time I look at you, you're like, ugh.
Wow, like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, do that. No, don't do that.
That's not better?
That looks worse.
How
about you just don't do any of those things?
I have a blank face.
That's not even a blank face. Jesus Christ.
Real fan Jason, ginked. Gink, a foolish person who looks ridiculous without realizing it because she possesses no self-awareness. Those pants you're wearing are way too short.
They're ginked.
They're ginked, yeah. I thought it was like a piece of metal. Whirlybird Productions, you might want to reconnect the backup alarm since it's technically a commercial vehicle, but I'm not sure how the laws are for that. Just curious, is the new dash cam weatherproof? My concern is that it would be dying after a few months with how much shit rains up there. The dash cam itself is not waterproof. The camera in the back that mounts outside is waterproof. The ones that I've mounted on the Nugget and Dobby, I have mounted both of those inside the glass because it just went better there. Dobby has the windshield wiper in the back, so when the glass gets all wet and it's hard to see out of, the windshield wiper clears it and you've got a good camera view again. That's even better than the factory camera, because when you back up that factory camera, if it's like been raining, it's like good luck being able to see anything. So the backup alarm, it's not actually a commercial vehicle. I mean, it is. I'm using it for business. It's actually still in our names. It's not in the business name. So I don't need to worry about DOT numbers. If I do sell the business, then the truck sells separately, or I can sell it with the business, whatever. And then insurance is, and I know this gets into like personal stuff, but it's really not, because it's just a matter of business. It's personal insurance with a riding clause for commercial use. So don't have to worry about like all the specifics. I think I already said like DOT number and stuff like that. And I think that we took care of everything. But I do thank you for your concerns. I appreciate that. Halloween for Troy, don't take this the wrong way. I believe you're fully capable of installing a trailer hitch, but I thought you said that you were going to have it professionally installed. And again, I'm sure you can do an awesome job, and it'll be 100% professional. Like, so years and years ago, you guys remember the old Ford Bronco 2 that I used to have? That had a Class 3 receiver on it. I installed that one. Now, when I installed that one, you had to drill into the frame, and the drill that I had, and it was just me, and it was heavy, so I was trying to set it up there and mark the holes, and then the holes didn't line up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had a hell of a time getting that thing up and on there, and it was only me looking at it, but it wasn't quite, it was always off a little bit, and you couldn't tell unless you like really looked at it, and it never affected anything. But I wanted to make sure that this one was done professionally, and it wasn't until after I set up the appointment that I did a little bit of research, and I saw that it was a bolt-on, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So I canceled the appointment, and that's why I bought it, and I saved like over $150 by doing it myself. And I also know that I did a better job because dude would not have pressure washed and cleaned everything. And I also learned that the backup sensors were not factory. You guys saw that, so I just clipped all the wires on it because it was a part of the old camera. And the old camera system, I think I told you also that they had just clipped the wire up at the where the main unit was. Yeah. So just by doing that and pulling that main unit out of it, it made everything like useless. Joe Papanegan, you say my Lexus says gink means something to cut, or means to cut something apart or to put something together. Wow, those are two opposite things. I ginked it, so I cut it or I put it together.
Which is it?
Yeah. Bren, you should post clips on how to fix these things. Great work, Troy. She's Sure, she's kind of ugly, but with enough love and care, aka money, she will look pinpoint good. Get it? I do.
It already looks better than it did a couple days ago.
Yeah. It's just time, and I mean, my main goal is obviously I want to use it. I want to get it on the road. It's there. It needs to be used. So one reason why I've been taking these trips around town is because of that whole alternator thing, and I just want to prove out the system before I drive to Shelton or Lacey or Seattle or someplace far away that the tow truck bill would be astronomical. You are just in seventh heaven right now, aren't you? Oh, you're a good girl sometimes.
She was howling today. Troy left in the Amazon van, and she sat outside staring out towards the road, going, oh, 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 oh.
I'm her emotional support human, apparently.
And then she follows him around whining all the time. She's totally fine when he's not here. When it's just me and her, and she knows that, like when we went camping, she was totally good. She didn't whine even once, and as soon as you got there...
No. I'm not sure if I caused her anxiety.
I don't know what's going on.
And I'm bad for her, or I don't know. Wait, Van Nuys NSX. I have a pet peeve when it comes to aftermarket receiver hitches. They always rust prematurely. Just like you, I live in the rust-free Pacific Northwest, but for some reason my hitches always rust. My vehicles are all very clean and rust-free, but every spring I have to repaint the entire hitch mount as the powder coat just flakes off. You know, now that you've mentioned this, yeah, I can kind of see your point, because I have experienced the same thing, especially like where the, I guess the tongue goes into the receiver.
Is that actually called the tongue?
I don't know.
The tongue was just the whole...
Ah.
The whole piece that...
Well, the part that's on there now is the receiver. Oh, it's the hitch, because it's the receiver. The receiver receives the hitch.
And the hitch is attached to the tongue, and then the vehicle after that, right?
I don't know.
I'm not a car person.
I'm not a towing person. But yeah, I do see what you're saying, because the Bronco one did the same thing. All right, so we're going to go back.
I don't think I've ever seen one without rust on it, except if it's brand new.
Yeah, that's a good point. And right now, that one out there is sexy. It's all nice and glossy. It's very nice. I like clean things. And I cannot lie. I thought it said newt. Newest! Going back to yesterday's vlog. Real fan Jason, at least you know how to fix everything wrong with the van. Can only imagine how much it would take if I took it in for repairs. Yeah, oh my gosh. So we still have like a second key to get for it. The build out in the back. I do have a huge grocery list of things that we'll get to. And I wanted to make sure that I made that grocery list while everything is still fresh in your head, so that you don't eventually just get used to everything. It's like, whatever, it's no big deal. It's like, no, these are things that I've noticed that I feel need to be changed going into it. So I need to make sure that I stay on top of it and follow through with those things. Whirlybird Production, have you tried changing the blinker relay to see if that fixes the problem? This is a newer car. It does not use a blinker relay. It uses the body control module. So it has the input from the turn signal switch, goes to the body control module. Body control module there in turn turns the light on. I've lost her. How many of you did I lose to? So it uses a computer. It doesn't use a relay of any kind for that. And matter of fact, I just went out there tonight and I turned on all the lights just to see to make sure that I'm not missing something. I think it's actually a body control module problem, because the right mirror also does not work with the switch, but the switch works for the left side. So I don't know. Something is awry, but I'll figure it out. Oh, Halloween Furry, your camping trip looked like a lot of fun. And I know sap is so freaking hard to get off of my cars. My driveway is right underneath pine trees at my house, so it's a constant battle. Oh, I can't even imagine that.
Sucks.
At least we were able to drive away from it. Pressure washer. Apparently if it's fresh sap, which this stuff was, pressure washer and a little bit of elbow, not too much elbow grease was needed.
No.
Elbow grease was needed more for the dirt that was on there before we went camping. Oh, and you're right. The car I was thinking of the other day was a El Camino. Halloween Fur gave me that, and so did Joe Poppenhagen. Bren, of all things you guys don't bring with you, you really should get a portable shower.
I actually.
She mentioned
I
it.
have had. My foot's fallen asleep, Buffy. I've had a portable shower in the past, and I do actually have. I have the equipment to make one. I've got like the shower head that pumps water and stuff like that. We actually used to have a Coleman hot water on demand, and I used to use it to have showers camping, and I had like a little tent and I had the whole setup, but we're gone for 4 days. We keep fairly clean where is needed.
I have to say it. Dude wipes.
But I mean, yes, it would be nice to have a shower out there, but I would only go through the hassle of setting that up if we were out there for like a whole week.
Yeah. Van Isle NSX. I wonder if your van ever delivered an Amazon package to your house in the past. Probably not. It was Amazon Seattle, where it was located before, and I don't know exactly how Amazon works, but Amazon Seattle tells me that it was probably based in Seattle because we have like
we
other
have them
depots
here.
around here too.
You can actually watch them all, like they fill up for gas at the 76th over on Gravelly there.
Oh, do they?
Like whole bunches of them.
Oh, wow. Huh. And then after that, it was some kind of delivery vehicle in Bonnie Lake, which I've gone to mobile appointments in Bonnie Lake before, and that's about half hour away, something like that, with good traffic. And
There's a new facility just down.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There's a Amazon facility
Basically
right there,
across from Tillicum, it's the Woodbrook area. Yeah, it's right by the base, another entrance to the base. Yeah, so I had done work at a transmission shop here in town, and they've got a new depot there. And you know something? We're going to do one more COC or one more vlog the day before. This is the Wasp coffee. Oh, that was so gross. Imagine drinking your coffee and then looking at the bottom of it and seeing it's like, what is that? I mean, it was like this, and I'm like, oh, and the lighting wasn't all that good. I'm like, oh, and I'm like,
at the bottom. So you drank like the whole thing.
the whole thing.
Not a little cup either.
And it was sealed
big
too,
cup.
so I didn't think that he'd be in there, but he was. Wasp. As Laura said, it gave me a real buzz.
We only go on a couple of camping trips in the summertime when the bugs are bad like that. Most of the time when we're camping, we don't really have a lot of bugs to deal with. It's just cold. So you have one or the other. You have the nice warm weather, but you got to deal with all the bugs. Or it's colder and you have to really bundle up.
And because it's not late in the season, I think that the yellow jackets were... the wasps
They weren't like aggressive.
They weren't aggressive.
In a bad way.
They didn't care about you at all.
They were around, but as long as you...
Now, if you were to like grab onto something, not looking, and have one there, then I'm sure that you'd get stung. Oh, sorry.
But like they were around everything we were doing, but you could like bat them out of the way, and they didn't come at you.
They didn't come at you. Ralph and Jason, that's scary. Wild animals in the forest tonight versus Buffy. She may think she's a slayer, but a wolverine, badger, bobcat, lynx, or something bigger may have something to say about that. It sounds like she scared them off, though, and that's good. Also, the car guy in me is enjoying the van updates. Always like seeing vehicles being brought back. Oh, Wasp coffee. Yikes. So tonight we were looking at different animals because we're still curious.
Yeah.
There's two questions, and maybe the same animal, but what animal, like, dude, it was like almost the same size as her, a little bit smaller.
I didn't see it.
And
so I said, like, could have been a raccoon, a porcupine, a marten. Pine marten.
Wolverine. I saw a Wolverine
Wolverine
tonight.
would be a
We
little
were
bit bigger.
researching.
I think
And,
if you'd
well,
seen
a
a Wolverine,
Wolverine-
it just would have turned around and been like,
You think so? If
I
she startled it and it didn't want anything to do, I mean,
Wolverines have no fear.
oh, well, it would move too fast to be a porcupine. A porcupine moves at a maximum of 2 miles per hour.
Well, how fast do you move?
Full speed all the time, baby. 5 miles per hour.
Like, did it go across, or was it like?
Well, okay, so imagine her going full speed when she sees something. So it crossed her, and then she took off after it, and it went that fast.
I didn't see it at all.
And so I saw the Wolverine, and I saw that it had like a bushy tail, and I'm like, oh, that's the perfect stature and everything for it, because I couldn't tell if it had a tail, so it might have had a bushy tail that kind of
We're
looked.
never gonna know.
Oh man, it's so.
And then the next morning, I had gone off to have my morning pee. And
Just for, she said morning pee, not morning tea.
morning pee, and so I went way up the trail and I did my business, and there was something in the bush big enough to crack sticks. And at first I thought it was one of the boys, and it wasn't. And I did not go to see what it was afterwards. I did not want to know. So yeah, there was wildlife there, but it never presented itself.
Good. Although I'd like to know. Whirlybird Productions, personally, I would replace the seal on the door first, but if that doesn't work, get an estimate from a body shop to try and realign the door to make it seat properly, unless you're able to do body work like that. I'm not able to do body work like that. However, I'm almost thinking that if I brace the bottom of the door, like put a stick in the bottom of the door, open the door a little bit, and put a 4x4 down the bottom, and then take the top of the door and gink it a little bit, I'm thinking it might bend it back. I'm willing to give it a shot. But yeah, that's one thing that I was thinking about, is replacing the seal, and maybe a new seal that's fresh might actually take care of it too. And you say you could get a single color vinyl wrap across the whole van. Even a single color vinyl wrap is pretty expensive, so I'm going with like a full graphic. I just don't know exactly what I'm going to have on it. I don't know if I'm going to have the website only, or the phone number, or the phone number and the website. The website's not developed yet, and I'm not sure I want my phone number, because it's like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine like just getting.
Just stop.
All right.
You're spiraling.
I am like a ham. Oh, stop it.
Wow.
Ben Massey opened a coffee shop called Wasp Coffee. All extra caffeine shots, $2 each. All drinks come with 2 shots per drink.
And
Come-
a wasp.
Come for the coffee, leave with a buzz. Oh, stop it. Relax.
She's got my tail.
How does that feel? Oh, Cape Air Fuzzy Ears. How about Grey Goose for your van name?
The Grey Goose.
Grey Goose.
That reminds me of vodka.
Reminds me of the Spruce Goose.
Oh. Reminds me of vodka.
Halloween Fur, hey Angie and Troy, I have a question. What kind of poles? Oh, yeah, see, we did answer your question, and I did read that you said thank you. You're absolutely welcome. Ben Massey, awesome job with the work van. You're doing great, family. Van Isle NSX, I like the service van build-up content. Growing up, my dad was a journeyman electrician, and his service van was always super organized, clean, and supplied with a small amount of commonly used parts. Having the right tools on hand will save you from running around doing a job, therefore making your appointments more lucrative. Exactly. All right, and I'm just going to take a quick look. We've now gone on for too long. Oh, Joe Povenhagen. When I had my body shop, had a sprung door. A sprung door. I would just put a block of wood, then grab the top of the door hinge on the pillar. Ah! There you go. Oh, Teehee 401. Hey Phoenix, good to see you're having fun. That would be a new person. Probably someone we know. Mia 2BD Eyes, life is too full to be full of regrets. And Francis Royer, hello everyone. Have a great day and evening. And first again, people, please give a thumbs up or make a comment. Costs not a thing. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Bye.
Woof woof.